good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Trying to keep it all together by not being able to go anywhere to do anything to keep it together. How about you?
Yes. How is everything in California right now? Are you guys like completely shut down?
So every county is a little different, right? So some are starting to open up their beaches again, kind of still restaurant delivery only, which is fine. Keeps us in the house a little bit, right? And you're in Atlanta, right?
Right.
Yes. So let me tell everyone first and foremost that's watching and that will be watching. So I met Ravin at a pre-party for the Grammys, and we were in the lobby of the hotel where the party was, and we just, we're sitting there waiting, hanging out, and struck up a conversation kind of about what she did and what she was doing there all the way from Atlanta. So let me let you introduce yourself to everyone, and then I'll ask my first question, and we'll get into it.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Raven. Like you said, I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in Atlanta for 16 years now. I am the CEO of JaGurl Entertainment LLC, which is the home of JaGurl TV. That is my news publication where we talk about positive celebrity culture. We're the number one source for positive celebrity culture. And I conduct interviews on various red carpets, from the BET Awards to the Soul Train Awards, and I create content based upon the videos and the exclusive interviews that I do with the different entertainers.
Awesome. And so you were in LA covering events for the Grammys when we met, right? So
Yes,
I think this is
yes,
a good
covering for the
perfect time
Grammys.
to ask my first question that I normally ask, which is, what do you think people's first impression of you is?
You know what? That's a really good question, and I don't know. I guess I can take a wild guess. I think when people meet me, they're like, "Whoa, this girl has a lot of energy," because I know that I can be very bubbly, and I can come off as someone with a very strong energy. So that's probably the first thing people say when they see me, or think probably.
So when I met you, you just had a very inviting personality. Like I said, we were all just kind of there at the same thing, same event, going to this party, and we were just, like you said, waiting to get in and just kind of start up a conversation. And it turned into where it was almost like, do we go into the party or do we stay and talk to Raven? It was a very, very nice time. So tell me how JaGurl TV started. So tell me how that vision came and how you really got into it, because it seems to me, not knowing, seems to me like it would be a difficult thing to get going. And like you mentioned, you're the number one source, you said, right? For what did you refer to it as?
Yeah, for positive celebrity news. Meaning that that's all we cover. We only cover positive celebrity news. So about 5 years ago, I used to work for Akon, and I just remember being in the office, his Con Live office in Atlanta. And I just remember saying, is this what I want to do? Or like when I was 15, 16. And these videos are still on YouTube. I used to go to video shoots and I used to record behind the scenes and interview the celebrities when I was 15, 16. So it's kind of like that aspect of me has always been there. Even when I had JaGurl Radio back in 2011, it was an online radio thing I did, but I still interviewed celebrities. So I feel like that was always a passion of mine. So when I was working for Con, I just remember saying that I wanted to tap back into doing interviews. And at first, it wasn't for positive celebrity news; it was just interviews in general. But over time, I started to develop a better purpose for what I was doing. And then that's when I realized that there's so much negative news that no one really talks about the positive things that these celebrities are doing. And people are tired of hearing, all the negative and gossip and messy drama. So I just wanted to create a platform where people knew that they can come directly to my platform and they know that they're going to get authentic, real news about the positive things that these entertainers are doing for the world.
Awesome. So what I was saying was that what you were saying speaks to me. And what I mean by that is I started doing these shows too because I feel like people project negativity onto others a lot. And I feel like we should be highlighting the positive aspects of people, because even though someone may be struggling, we can still identify with them just a little bit. And maybe a
Yes.
little part of us feels that same type of way. And we can
Right.
connect on these little pieces and just build a world with less judgment. And I think that's kind of what you're doing for people who have a bigger stage and a bigger platform, where a lot of times there's
Yes.
a negative energy that gets pushed at them, instead
Right.
of highlighting, like you said, these amazing things that some people are doing, including yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and they do so many amazing things, and it's sad that you have to weed through the mess to find the good things. Like, let's create an outlet where, when you come to JaGurl TV's website, it's nothing but positive celebrity news. Like, that's all you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna get. Same entertainers that TMZ talk about. Same entertainers that the Shade Room talks about. But you're only gonna hear the great things that they're doing, because they do so many amazing things. They get overlooked, and it's time for change.
I agree with that. I would rather hear about, X musician or X singer or X actor that went to X school and helped these kids, or gave them motivation for XYZ and what came out of that. When I see the stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I never knew that that person did this. And so I agree with the
Exactly.
person that just commented. We do need this. Like we really do, especially now. Like, I know that coronavirus was not in your plan. While it's still happening, I'm still watching you post. I'm still watching you do interviews and keeping the positive vibe going. And I think a lot of people need that, especially now.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Amen to that. I agree.
so tell me how you kind of shifted gears in terms of, because you, like you said, you cover red carpet events, you cover actual things, movie premieres, or award shows, just things that are happening where you're out there physically interviewing and putting a mic in someone's face. So what's changed and how have you adjusted?
Since the coronavirus, oh, well, a lot changed. Um, I'll be honest with you. I had to I had to put a lot of my writers on hold, because everything that I do with Your Girl TV comes out of pocket. And a lot of my clients that I was working with, they put a lot of things on hold with their projects, which means financially they put me on hold. And then the money that I was using to pay my team, I had to put them on hold. So I've been doing a lot of work. Shout out to my assistant, Imani. Me and her have been just double teaming it back to back to back. She's been holding it down. So we're not the strong team of six anymore. It's just two of us. So, it means early mornings. It means, being consistent with the work that we're doing. Because it's just me and her. So that means I'm writing stories and I'm creating the content for Instagram instead of having people in place to do it. So I've been a lot more hands on. Not that I haven't been hands on, but I'm more hands on in the sense that I don't have people to direct what to do. I'm doing everything for myself. Um, of course, with my assistant. So that's one thing that was a real shift. And another shift was that we started doing interviews on live. And it's so crazy because I didn't plan on doing that. That wasn't a part of my plan. But people just kept DMing me like, when are you gonna do interviews? Or hey, how come you're not doing interviews? Or hey, I seen this person, like, why aren't you doing interviews? Like, I was getting so many DMs from people about JaGurl TV, like, hey, why aren't you guys doing interviews? Like, how come you're, and I just thought about it, like, you know what, that's, let me think about that. And I thought about it and actually had a publicist reach out to me to interview one of her clients. And when she did that, I was like, okay, it's time. Let me just put everything aside. Let's just get this done. I called my assistant. I was like, let's do it. Literally, we got the flyer made that day. The concept was created that day, and the interview started the next day. So we were literally just on it. And it was so spontaneous, but I'm actually glad that I did that because I feel like it's really gonna put JaGurl TV. Um, it's gonna set us. It's gonna set the bar high with these interviews. That because a lot of different outlets are doing them, but I think that I, not to toot my own horn, but I think I have a great ability to ask questions that people want to hear. You know, so I feel like that sets JaGurl TV apart from a lot of other news publications that are doing the same thing.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think that your innate ability to ask those questions is because they're coming from a positive place. You're not just trying.
Exactly. Intention. My
Yes.
intentions are positive. It's all about intention. Everything is intention. You know, and it's all about, for me, it's all about being authentic. And you know, when you're authentic, people feel that and they receive it very well. Perfect example, I interviewed Holiday, the Golden Child. She's a rapper out of New York, who's growing a huge name for herself. And during the interview, she got emotional. And you know, and I told her, I said, it's okay to be authentic. It's okay to express that emotion that you have. I said, just let it out, girl. Like, this is what it's all about, being authentic and being real, you know? And I just give off that positive, welcoming energy where people feel comfortable when they talk to me.
I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about how they felt that artists in general, you know, people in public eye, would go so much further if they connected themselves versus whatever image they were trying to create.
Mm.
The thing about I want to know your story, and the thing about the YouTube channel and the interviews that I do, I'm so humbled by them, as I'm sure you are as well, with the conversations that you're having. And the fact that people, I mean, you and I met in person one time. We had a conversation for what, an hour, hour and a half?
Yeah, we were talking for a minute.
Yeah. And I just love that you are willing to share and open up. And I just feel that some of the things that people have shared, or that I in turn am allowed to share with other people. I don't know if you saw, I'm actually going to be posting it to the YouTube channel today, but it was the interview that I did with Jen. We did a live on last Wednesday morning, and
Mm-hmm.
she just shared her whole story about a diagnosis she got when she was younger, and went on from there. And I'm just stunned and crying. I mean, it's just incredible. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
get a lot of good stories of from people, and it's, and I love that you highlight the part of people that people probably don't know. You know, like you dig deep, and people are open up to you. So no, I think it's great what you're doing.
well,
Honestly, it's
thank
really, really,
you.
really good.
Thank you. Well, and I think, like I said, I think what you're doing is amazing. And I think that connecting positivity, you know, my positive vibes, your positive vibes, and the positive vibes of the people that we talk to can only just put more good energy into the world, right?
Amen.
So tell me something that would surprise people to know about you.
um,
I'm Pet Raven on the spot.
you definitely put me on the spot. Something that people don't know about me, they'd be shocked to know. Oh, I used to be bisexual.
Okay.
So I had a girlfriend before in the past.
Okay.
You probably would have to like know me when I was like, you'd have to know me 10 years ago to probably know that about me.
Well, there you go. So that must
Yeah,
have
I had
been
to dig deep for that one, Leslie, because a couple other things was coming up, and I was like, can't say that. Don't want people to know that still. Can't say that. But yeah, I guess you could say that. I used to have a girlfriend.
awesome. I usually close out the interview with one final question. Is there anything you want to share with us before I ask you that question?
Make sure you guys follow JaGurl TV.
Yes.
Follow your latest on positive celebrity culture. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, so definitely follow Raven on Instagram. It's at JaGurl TV. Same thing on Twitter, right?
Yes, same thing on Twitter. We working on the Twitter page. I have not used the Twitter in a very long time, so we're slowly growing our Twitter. But yes, same thing on Twitter.
Awesome. I'm working on that too. It's very seems like a harder process than the Instagram one.
Yeah, Twitter is, man. Yeah, you have to. The key, I feel like the key to Twitter is people have to follow you who like to retweet, because that's how your news gets out. People retweet, so they share it. They share it. Twitter's all about sharing. That's how, it works. I know with Instagram, it's the same as sharing, but you can still follow someone and not share what they're doing and like what they're doing. But with
Yep.
Twitter, I feel like it's definitely all about sharing content for sure.
So you hear that, everybody? Share content on Twitter. You
Yes,
heard it
get
here
people who
first.
follow you who share content. That's how your content gets out there.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, before I ask you this last question, I can say I definitely hope that when we're able to travel around again, I hope that we can connect next time you're in LA. I know I missed you last time, so that was a bummer.
Yes, no, definitely. And last time was so spontaneous. It was just I literally had bought my flight like not even a few days before I flew out. Like it was so last minute. But definitely for sure. I should be back. Well, I was supposed to so many things just got canceled. I was supposed to go to Spain. That got canceled. Which was the weekend of the BT Awards because I wasn't gonna go. I was gonna send an intern. But I might be there for BT Awards. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a big possibility that I will be. So that's end of June, June 25th, 26th, I think, 24th, around that time.
Awesome. Well, keep me posted.
Yes.
If the world opens back up, then hopefully that will still go on, and or
Yes,
if we begin to
hopefully.
open
If
back up.
not, I'll be here.
Yeah, definitely keep me posted. So, last but not least, I would like to ask if you were walking down the street or at one of your events even, and standing near a red carpet and people were walking by and there's one thing that you could hold up a sign to share with everyone about you, what would your sign say?
You want me to be 100% honest?
Of course I do. Just like
My
you.
sign would say, follow me on Instagram at JaGurl TV. I would totally tell people to follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my Instagram. I
Yes.
would promote. If I
So
had to have something on a board, it would be to promote for people to follow JaGurl TV, and I would be talking all about JaGurl TV, JaGurl TV, JaGurl TV.
so to me that speaks to the fact that you're motivated and that you want to grow your brand.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
And in turn, because of what your brand is, it means you want to grow positive vibes and just keep putting positive energy out into the world, and I love that.
Oh, of course. That's what it's all about. It's about shaping the culture of the media industry.
Well,
Time
I
for a
think that
change.
that's a brilliant and ambitious goal, and I absolutely love that you're doing that because like I said, I feel like every time I turn on the TV or hear something on the radio as I'm driving, it's something to catch my attention, which things that catch my attention would not normally, they don't feel would be positive things. So thank you for doing that because I enjoy scrolling on your Instagram when I see happy birthday so and so, or check out what this person did, or look what these people are doing during quarantine with their families, and funny, silly, good, happy
Oh,
things. So
oh, that makes me feel so good. Thank you.
absolutely, and thank you again for keeping in touch with me and taking the time to talk to me that night at the Grammy party and now. So thank you.
Yes, I'm gonna be there again next year. Next year, I'm working on getting me a ticket. How about that? At
I
least
like it.
cover
I like
media.
it.
Like I'm like, at least let me get on the carpet for media. I missed the deadline before. I think I feel like I told you that I had missed the deadline. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, next year, oh, I'm all over it. I'm everywhere. Clive
Good.
Davis, all that, all that.
Good. Then we can enjoy the music together next time. So let's do it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. This is so great. I love what you're doing. Thank you so much for asking me to be a part of your brand and to interview me. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes, you too.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.